Hades is a game where you die. And what things kill you most of the time? Bosses. Now all the bosses in the game are fast-paced and just fun to fight. But which boss is the best? That's what I'll be determining in this video. I posted a poll on YouTube asking if mini-bosses are bosses. The answers came in as a no, so they won't be included. Now what do I consider to be a boss? To me, it's a fight between an enemy in a large arena with a big-ass health bar at the top of the screen. You know, this thing. So technically there are some mid-bosses that have these health bars, and I'll be including them in the list. Now that we have the basis down, let's get to ranking these bosses. Starting with...
How is it possible I am so sick of you but never sick of killing you, Red Blood?
Number 9. Alecto. One of the 3 Fury sisters you can fight at the end of Tartarus. In my opinion, she's the hardest out of all 3. She has a neat little rage mechanic that fills up and she'll start attacking faster and become a lot stronger. However, once her health goes below 25%, she goes into rage mode for the rest of the fight until either of you die. She's the most brutally damaging out of all the Fury sisters, and the fact that she's obsessed with beating the shit out of Zag definitely keeps her at the bottom of this list.
Let's hear it.
Number 8. Tisiphone. Easily the most terrifying out of the Fury sisters. Unlike Alecto, the fact that she wants to torture you, Tisiphone is obsessed with murder in general. In fact, the only word she can clearly say is... Her special mechanic is her chamber collapses and shrinks in size throughout the fight, giving you less wiggle room to fight. What my favorite thing about her is that Zag eventually tries to increase her vocabulary by teaching her to say friends in Zagreus.
Then we're back to square one. Look, I was just trying to get through to you with all the Zagreus and happy stuff, but if you can understand any of this, Tisiphone, I think you're all right just the way you are. Friends? Friends.
However, it doesn't stop her from trying to kill you. Number 7.
Oh, it's just a tiny vermin. Oh, gods.
King Vermin. This little shit is annoying as hell. I didn't even encounter this thing until after I beat the main story. It's literally a crawler with a whopping 12,000 HP instead of a mere 1. With that being said, this rat definitely uses its size to its advantage. It'll burrow underground and call other large vermin to fight alongside it. This thing is fast, tiny, and hard to hit, annoying and a nightmare to fight, but I prefer it over the previous bosses I've talked about. It really goes to show that size doesn't matter. Interpret that how you want. Number 6.
Can't get rid of me, Meg.
Been seeing an awful lot of each other lately, haven't we? You had enough of me yet, Zag?
Never enough, Meg. You ready for another go at it too, I take it?
Always. Although I do like to keep things fresh, so surprise me.
Megaera. The first boss you will ever encounter. Megaera, or Meg for short, is the last fight of Tartarus. Unlike her sisters, her fight is joined by other enemies of Tartarus, though they don't really do much. She's got basic and easily dodgeable attacks. Now every main boss has a special condition you can turn on, called Extreme Measures, that adds a special twist. For the fights against the Fury sisters, whichever one you encounter, one of the other sisters, or both, will join the one you encounter, adding a bit of a distraction and extra difficulty to the fight. Not much of a change since you still have to focus on the main enemy, but Meg is the easiest when you encounter her with this turned on. Also, one of the reasons I put Meg higher than the other two is if you increase her hearts enough and choose the right dialogue, Zag and Meg can literally bang. I'm not kidding.
What are we going to do?
Wow.
There. I take it you'll remember what I've taught you.
Number 5. Asterius Solo.
I welcome the taste of defeat, short one. It is akin to feeling alive.
Asterius is a potential mid-boss you can encounter in the region of Elysium. He's a very honorable fighter compared to some other pretentious dick, and doesn't mind losing. He is actually the only mid-boss to change if Extreme Measures is turned on. He'll wear golden armor and gain a spinning attack. Once his health reaches 25%, the fight will end and Asterius will retreat out of the arena until you fight him later. Number 4. Charon, Stygian Boatman.
Hey Charon, look at me.
A bit of a secret boss that you can only encounter under certain circumstances. If you enter a shop midway through a run, there's a 22% chance you will find a bag of 300 Charon Obel. Don't worry, you're just borrowing it. Though Charon doesn't think so. Once you take it, you're teleported into a room full of gold in Erebus. Here, you and Charon will fight to the death. Only for you though, Charon can't die, his health only goes down to 10%. Some of his attacks are nearly impossible to dodge, and they hit hard too. Projectiles start moving towards you from all sides, and he has a long-range attack with his oar. The only reason to do this fight is to get a special item, the Loyalty Card, which gives you a 20% discount on all of Charon's wares for the rest of the run. Number 3. The Bone Hydra.
Lerny, hiss once if you think you're going to lose.
Everyone's favorite pile of bones, the boss of Asphodel, Lerny. This little fella is loved by pretty much anyone who plays this game. Unless you don't, then I hate you. Lerny can fight with one of 4 forms, which can either do a head slam attack, summon other enemies to fight for it, spit magma, or shoot projectiles at you. At 66 and 33% HP, extra heads can appear out of the lava, which must be killed before you can keep fighting Lerny. With the Extreme Measures modifier, the arena has land masses split up by lava, and once Lerny's health reaches 33%, the head will detach from its neck and start moving around the stage. Either way, Lerny is just so cute. Just look at that face. Sometimes it's hard to kill him. Number 2. Theseus and Asterius. The last fight in Elysium is a 2v1 fight against one of the best characters and that pretentious dick I was talking about earlier, Theseus. Asterius is the hard hitter while Theseus stays back and throws spears at you. There are some combo attacks that the two can perform. Asterius will throw Theseus at you, dealing some damage if it hits, or Asterius will charge Theseus' shield and cause a big shockwave in the stadium. Once Theseus has 50% health left, he'll call on a god whose boons you don't have to aid him until you or Theseus die. His attacks will also gain a boon ability of whichever god he called on. He can't be attacked head-on since he has a shield, though with extreme measures turned on, Asterius gains the golden armor I talked about earlier, and Theseus rides a golden chariot with automatic turrets on the front and a mortar that launches bombs all over the arena. Once his health reaches 33%, the chariot will break, Theseus will call on a god, and he'll gain his normal moveset back. This fight could be a little better if Theseus wasn't so damn annoying. Also, whenever you win the fight, be sure to visit that shade that cheers for you. Do it, or people will berate you. Trust me, it's happened to me.
Thanks for believing in me, my good shade.
Number 1. Hades, God of the Dead.
Already here? Seems our underworld still has many failings I shall have to deal with after this.
Are you really surprised? The final boss. Your dad. I like how before the fight he'll sometimes notice what weapon you have and say something about it before fighting. All of his attacks hit hard. A spin attack, a projectile skull, similar to your cast ability, but if you get hit by it, it inflicts you with boiling blood, which causes you to take more damage when hit. If it misses, it'll explode into a shockwave, and a quick stab with his spear. When his health reaches 70% and 40%, he'll summon wretches to fight alongside him. Sometimes he'll just straight up disappear so you can't even hit him at all. If you're skilled enough, you can beat him no problem, but this is just phase 1. When his health bar is empty, he'll fall to the ground, but get back up in a couple seconds, sending out a shockwave while his health bar refills completely. This second phase comes with new attacks, a 3-hit combo, 2 swings and a spin attack. He'll fire lasers in 3 directions unless he's below half health, then lasers are shot in 8 directions, and he can summon vases, which when broken will release a trap that's a small area of green hands that can even stun you for a brief second. It feels very good beating him for the first time. Now try beating him with the third phase with more attacks and covered in darkness. If you use the house contract ordered by the 4th tier to extreme measures, Hades gains a third phase where the screen gets a little darker, his health recovers to only 75%, but he can recover that pretty quickly. Halfway through phase 2 he'll summon Cerberus to run through the arena and cause rubble to crash down. In phase 1 he'll summon mini-bosses instead of normal enemies. It also comes with one of my favorite songs from a video game ever. Thank you, these guys. Now this is a satisfying boss to beat for the first time. It can be crazy difficult, even if you have a bunch of boons collected, but it's a damn good ending to a run. Now that all these bosses have been ranked, it's only a matter of time until we get more information about Hades 2, and I can't wait. For those of you who've seen my many quotes of Zagreus, which you should totally go watch by the way if you love goofy dialogue, you'll know he's a goofy guy, so I'm hoping Milano has quirky dialogue like Zack. If not, well, damn. Okay, bye.